What is going on, everybody? I am back again with the Black White 2 Wi-Fi battle. This time it is a RU match that I had against somebody by the name of Seton. Found him on the Smoke on Battle Finder. Oh, excuse me. And yeah. So as you can probably see, I'm using the same RU team that I've been using my past couple of RU battle uploads. So yeah, I did make another RU team recently though, so I will probably be making that and using that on Wi-Fi. So yeah. Anyway, round with the match. We're just gonna exchange rocks. Just first turn, usual stuff. Then I'm just gonna go straight for the U-turn just because I don't know if he wants to go for like Dragon Claw or Outrage or whatever. Then I can just go into my Pharaoh Seed, take that, and get the Iron Barbs damage off on him. As it turns out that he actually has a Rocky helmet, so gonna take a good 50-ish. No, not 50. That's a lot of damage. 25-ish% every time I hit him with this move, whatever. But he actually is going for the glare, so yeah. Anyways, I'm just gonna start setting up some spikes because I really don't know what a Droidegon can really do to me. So he ends up going to Duogen, and I'm just gonna go for the Thunder Wave. And the thing that kind of like stood out was the fact that I went first, because it just turns out he goes for the Trick Room, which is kind of counterproductive for his team. I don't know, because his Droidegon has Thunder Wave and he has Trick Room, so I don't know. But since he's a Trick Room set, I'm assuming that he's Trick Room, Calm Mind, Psychic, and then a coverage move. I want to know what that coverage move is because I know that either my Spiritomb or my Pharaoh Seed can completely, or not completely wall it, but do lots of stuff to it. So went to my Yuxi to try to figure out what his coverage move might be, but he actually ended up just switching out, so I went for the U-turn on the off chance that he did want to stay in, and I don't know. But he ends up switching out, goes into his Nidoqueen, so I'm just going to go into my Spiritombs, and since the Trick Room is up, my Spiritomb is faster than just about everything on his team that isn't paralyzed. So I know that I can set up a Calm Mind, take an Earth Power, and then go for a Dark Pulse next turn, try to get some get some damage or flinch, because flinch would be nice. But he ends up going into his Droidegon, and he goes to Glare, misses. In all honesty, doesn't really matter. It really only would have mattered if I got the full pair up, because I just went for the rest anyways, so whatever. So, right here, I believe I just go for another Dark Pulse to try to KO it, but he goes Dragon Claw, gets a crit, which pretty much puts me at about a little bit above what I was before the rest, so I don't know, but finish off with Dark Pulse, so that's some cool stuff. In comes Cryogonal. This part's obviously sped up because it's Spiritomb versus Cryogonal. There's going to be some stalling stuff going on just because I know that Spiritomb can handle Cryogonal one-on-one, because I can just set up Calm Mind's Rest when he wants to Toxic me, and when Toxic damage starts to get too much. So yeah. Anywho, he actually ends up switching out right here, which in all honesty kind of surprises me, because it's honestly pretty surprising on how often people just try to stay in to try to get a crit or freeze me, which I don't know. But he ends up going for the Mega Horn, does a lot of damage, so I'm assuming that he's Choice Banded, so I'm kind of really hoping that he could get like a low damage roll in the second one, and he does. I just barely live with 4 HP, and go for a Hidden Power Fighting, realizing that it should do a good amount of damage, and it does do a great amount of damage. Was kind of hoping that maybe he'll miss a third Mega Horn, but no, he actually ends up hitting all 3, which, hey, works for him, so that's cool. So, go into my Senshini here, and I'm just going to go for a U-turn, because it will either do a bunch of damage to the Buffalon. If it doesn't kill, then I can just go into my Pharaoh Seed to get the Iron Barbs damage off on him and kill him. Or if he wants to switch out into a Spiritomb fearing the Tail Slap, then I can just get the Switch Initiative. And he does go into Spiritomb, so I'm going to go into my Hariyama to pretty much try to KO it with a Rock Slide. And yeah, I mean, I know Hariyama can pretty much take on Spiritomb just as fine, just because, I don't know. But Rock Slide get a crit, which is very nice for me, just because I don't know if a Rock Slide could have KO'd it without the crit. I don't know. But in comes Nidoqueen. I know I can take at least one hit from this thing, so I'm just going to stay in, go for a payback, try to KO this thing, because I know it's going to be a Guts boosted payback, and a boosted payback because I went second. He goes for Fire Blast. Not exactly sure if he was predicting me to switch out, fearing the Sludge Wave or something like that. But whatever. And blah blah. Unfortunately, he just barely lives to payback, so he's going to be able to KO my Hariyama. But I do get a safe switch into my Galvantula where I can pretty much just bug buzz everything, I guess. Though it doesn't really matter if Cryogonal comes in because I don't know. I really don't feel like that my rocks, that my that my hazards are all that important anymore, to be honest. So go for bug buzz. I actually score a crit on this one, which is very nice. That just speeds up the process. So now all he'll be able to do is just spin away the rocks, which, like I said, at this point I really don't care because I only had the rocks up there in the first place just to pressure Cryogonal to come in and spin those away, get the extra damage off on him and whatnot. But Cryogonal's dead, and in comes this Duosion, and I'm just going for a Bug Buzz because, like I said, hey, I can Bug Buzz everything. So, unfortunately enough, I don't manage to KO him, and he actually ends up setting up the Trick Room. So I'm gonna have to do some more stalling a little bit, I guess. So I'm gonna switch out of there, go into my Yuxi here because I still think that I still don't know what his last move is. I really want to say it's HP fighting, but he goes for psychic, and obviously I'm going to take that very well because I'm Yuxi and it's resistant and stuff. So all I'm really trying to do here is just stall the Trick Room turns because my last remaining Pokemon are pretty fast. Or no, I have Cinccino, Galvantula, Yuxi, and Pharisee left. So Pharisee just can't do anything because I don't have any offensive moves. And then after Yuxi, my last two Pokemon are really fast, so if I get rid of the Trick Room, then or if I count the turns correctly, then I could just U-turn on the last turn of Trick Room, go into Cinccino, and just tail stop the rest of his team, which is what I do here because I'm just really hoping that I counted the turns correctly, and then that way I'm gonna go into Cinccino right now. Really hoping I could count the turns correctly, and I actually do end up counting correctly because the Trick Room goes away. Now I just tilts up the rest of his team, banking that I don't miss, and I don't, so Duosion's gonna die, and his last Pokemon is his Bouffalant, so he's just gonna run out here, keeping his dignity intact, his dignity being Bouffalant. So that was good game, Seton, and yeah, don't know what much else to say, but yeah. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this match. If you did, then feel free to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to show the like button some love. And if you're not subscribed to me already and wish to see more battles and videos and fun stuff from me in the future, then feel free to click that subscribe button down below. So with all that stuff being said, thanks for watching and peace.